On this video, I'm going to bring to you guys a new product from Healbe. Is the Gobe 2. It's a different watch that you are expecting. It's a smartwatch that can track automatically without any input your calories. So if you want to know everything about this product, stay tuned after the intro. Hi everyone, Marcus here from MadPack, where we unpack your next product. And hey, if it's your first time here, we only talk about technology, cool stuff, and also we like to skateboard, so if you like this type of content, consider subscribing. So like I said to you guys, the product that I have here, the Gobe 2, is quite different from the other solutions that you have on the market. And this one can automatically track all the calories that you ingest and all the calories that you burn during the day without putting any input on your phone. And how we do it is going to see the resistance of the fluids from cell to cell, back and forward when the sugar reaches your blood, and in that way it can calculate the amount of calories that you have to burn, or if you can or not eat that specific cake that you want so much. In other words, this watch is always analyzing the glucose concentration on your body, and you also have to give some personal information like your age, your gender, your weight, and also your height. So don't expect that this watch, since you take out from the box and you put on your wrist, is going to give you very accurate information. You have to use for a while, at least for 2 weeks, to start seeing the benefits of this product. The Gobe 2 also uses tissue impedance measurements in low and high frequencies to understand obviously the concentration of your glucose and also the dynamic of the metabolism between cellular and intercellular water space. So when we talk about heart rate, this watch is also different. In other words, it comes with a technology called pulse wave that is going to check the mechanical circulation of the blood flow through your arteries, so something to consider about. When we talk about tracking your sleep, this one have more than 40 parameters. So if you want to drink some water, to go to the toilet, if you turn, how many hours did you sleep, is going to be quite accurate. So let's stop talking about all this technology that is behind this product, but let's see this a little bit closer. So let's open the box and see what is inside. And first of all, I would like to say that I really like the package. I really like the way that they have assembled everything. So the first thing that you have to do is just taking out this piece of plastic. We are going to put aside this watch and we'll talk a little bit more later. You have the manuals. You have here the charging to recharge your watch. I have to tell you guys that is quite fast. Basically around 15 minutes you have your watch fully charged. And after you have this part here that will come with a USB. I don't understand why it's not a USB-C. The cable looks quite nice. The quality is good. And once again, it's all related with the packaging and with the color of the brand, so I really like the cable. And here we have the star of the show, the Gobe 2, and I have to tell you guys that I've been using this watch for at least 1.5 months. On the front you have where you're going to find your screen. It's not really a screen, but when you press on the sides you can see some information. You can turn on, turn off, and you can go inside the menus. That is very simple, but we'll talk in a minute. On the sides obviously you have your strap. It's swappable. I really like the black, but you have other colors. I really like also to see here the logo. This strap never opened, but when we talk about, for example, this charger, that is one of my complaints, the magnets are really weak. So if you put in a certain position that is some pressure on the cable, you will disconnect. On the inside you also have your heart rate. That is quite different, so you don't see any lights. You just have this piece of copper that will be in contact with your skin and is always analyzing everything that I told you before. And here you have the Gobe 2 on my wrist, and if you put side by side with the Garmin Fenix 3, you can see that the size is very similar. So it's a bit bulky, so if you have small wrists like me and you don't like big watch, this definitely is not for you. And also if you are a girl, it will look really bulky on your wrist. But if you go inside the menu, you have obviously your time. You have also the amount of battery, so you can see that it's completely full. You have also the BPM, so right now is 72. The amount of calories, like you can see right now, is -8 calories. so it means that I could eat something or maybe not. You have the amount of steps that you made, so right now 132, so definitely not a lot of steps. The kilometers, and also the amount of water that you drink in that specific day. But because I'm not been using this watch for the last week, it's trying to calculate. So that is a way that I could show you guys that if you don't use often the watch, you will have some problems to track all the information about you and your body and the amount of calories that you burn or not in that specific day. So you have to use for a while. Is what I'm going to do in the future. I'm going to compare with my Garmin Fenix 3, and in that way you can know if it's a good purchase or not. But we are going to talk now about the pros and cons that you find on this product. It's true, this watch also checks the amount of stress that you are passing through. So if you are a very stressful person, you will know that, and you have to try to find a way to get more relaxed. But besides that, when we talk about the calories, it checks and it divides the calories in 3 categories. So one of them is fat, carbs, and the other one is proteins, so definitely a plus. So let's talk about pros and cons that you find on this watch, and one of them, and the biggest one, is you don't have to put any information about the calories that you ingest, so definitely a plus that you will find with this watch. The other thing that I like is very fast. You can charge this in 50 minutes. Besides that, I love the amount of light that this screen do during the night. So if you go to the toilet or if you live in the building and you want to open the door, the amount of light is more than enough to see where you have to put your keys, so definitely a plus. Other pros, one of them is the hydration level. So if you are not drinking water enough, it will let you know that you have. It vibrates and let you know that you have to drink more water. The other one is if you go to the gym, because you don't have to do anything, it will check every single thing. It will track all your exercise. Sometimes when I'm using my Garmin Fenix 3, I forget to turn on when I start running. So definitely a plus that you find on this watch. And the last one obviously is the possibility to connect with your phone and see all that information in more detail there. So definitely a plus. And let's talk about the cons that you find on this one. When we talk about cons, I have to tell you guys that one of them is the look of it. It's not very classic. So if you go and you work in an office, it will be very noticeable that you are using this watch. It's very bulky, so I would like to have seen a form factor much smaller. And something that annoys me a lot, I'm not able to see the day, and many times I have to write down the day and I'm always forgetting which day it is. I can do it here, so I have to memorize that day. When I was using this watch here, I always see which day it is, so definitely a con that you find here. Another thing that I really don't like on this watch is the lack of personalization on the screen. So imagine when I press here, I don't want to see the time. I want to see the amount of calories that I have ingest, if it's positive or if it's negative, so to know if I can eat that cake that I love. I'm not able to do it. Or imagine that the first thing I want the calories, the second one is the hydration, so I want to organize the information in a different way, because there are ones that are more important for me than others. They don't let you do that. And another big con, and it been a bit weird because sometimes it gives me 2 days and sometimes, or majority of the times, it gives me just 1 day, is the battery level. So I'm used to a Garmin Fenix 3, I know that is not fair, but this one, if I don't do a lot of exercise, I have 2 weeks of battery. This one I have to charge every day. They announce 48 hours is impossible. Definitely impossible. Maximum 1.5 days, and it depends on the day. So I really don't understand why some days I have more time and other days I have less, but is around 1 day, maximum 1.5 days. Another thing that I don't like is obviously if you go to the gym, you can check how many kilometers that you run, or maybe you can, but basically you have to calculate how many kilometers you walked. And after, okay, when I arrived in the gym I had like 3.45 and I want to run 5 kilometers, so it's a bit annoying. Compare obviously with the Garmin Fenix 3, but it's not comparable because this one, when it came out, it was basically 3 times more than this one. But it's just to let you know, it's another con that I don't like so much on this watch. Another con is obviously this watch don't have an always on display, but if it had, it was even worse, the problems of your battery life. So I would like to have seen that, but I understand why they don't have made it. And also, if they have changed the form factor of this watch, if it was much slimmer, I don't see this as a watch, to be honest. I see this as a complement of your watch. But let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Question of the day: do you think that I'm going to have good results with this watch in the future when I'll do the other videos for you guys? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you don't have subscribed until now. Share this video with your family and friends, comment below, smash the thumbs up, and like I said in all my videos, you already know the answer. I see you in the next one!